Good day, fellow Titans, Hunters, and Warlocks. My name is Telleric, and welcome to Atlas and Armory, a Destiny Crucible Guide. Now, the most common question I get from other players is, "Hey, Telleric, I got this gun. Is it any good?" Here's a short little guide to see if I can help you answer that question. Now remember, when looking at any primary weapon, keep in mind that the weapon is going to fall into one of 3 or 4 archetypes based on rate of fire and impact. That's your starting point for the type of weapon you just got, and from there we move into whether base stats and perks make this a good weapon or a piece of junk. For this video, we are going to focus on auto rifles. For any auto rifle, the base stat you want to maximize is stability, especially on the high rate of fire and medium rate of fire archetypes. I also think this is the best stat to maximize on the low rate of fire auto rifles as well, but these are a little more versatile, and having a booster range is something to keep in mind. So, the very first thing you should look for are perks that increase that stability, and here are the particular ones you should use along with my grades for each one of these perks. First one, Counterbalance, A+, and this is a required perk for most auto rifles, but I'll get into that later. Second one, Perfect Balance, very solid A. Third, Small Bore, solid B. Fourth, Brace Frame gets a B-, but for high rate of fire auto rifles, it's a solid A. Fifth, Injection Mold is a C. Fitted Stock is a C, and then Hand-Laid Stock is a C-. These are the perks you want to look for first. If you don't have at least one of these perks, shard the weapon. Just get rid of it. If you have one, or hopefully 2 of these perks on your gun, you have the beginnings of a great auto rifle. And if you're lucky enough to have snagged both Counterbalance and Perfect Balance together, everything else is going to be icing on the cake. Now, quick side note, I consider Counterbalance super important. Counterbalance makes the recoil on an auto rifle stop moving from side to side and makes it go straight up and down. Example point being here, using the Kvastov exotic, we can turn on Counterbalance and it's very manageable.
Let the battle be joined.
Taking off Counterbalance and the weapon is throwing shots to the left and to the right of the target. This is why Counterbalance for most auto rifles is almost an absolute must-have to make it a good weapon. So, your auto rifle has great stability. Awesome. Let's look at the scopes now. If the weapon has a red dot sight, use it. The red dots give better aim assist and have a better field of view to keep you on target. If the weapon doesn't have a red dot sight, go with the sight you find to be most comfortable. Okay, so you have the essentials: good stability and a decent optic. Let's look at extra perks that will make the weapon shine. First, Rangefinder gets an A+. Second is Spray and Play, also an A+. Third is Persistence, this gets an A. Hidden Hand is an A. Hammer Forged, A-. Glass Half Full is a solid B, as is Grenadier, Army of One, and Life Support, all solid Bs. Crowd Control is a B- because it's a pretty situational perk. Hot Swap, also B-. Focused Fire is a C, Third Eye is a C, and Battle Runner a C-. Any other perks you may get, I would rate with a D or an F, so I'm not going to bother listing them here. Rangefinder and Spray and Play are your best options for final perks as they give auto rifles solid improvements in areas that are needed. Rangefinder, of course, bumps up your range, which is always an A+ bonus. And Spray and Play is an A+ in my book as it allows you to use your auto rifle in its strongest role, suppressing the firing lanes on the map.
30 seconds.
These weapons are the gritty workhorses that make people regret peeking out of cover. In Destiny, you have little fear of running out of primary ammo, so when you're using your auto rifle and you know the enemy is coming around that corner, or you chase him back into a door, keep him there. Keep firing and empty the mag. And that's where Spray and Play becomes an A+ perk, as you can reload in a flash and get back to laying down suppressing fire. The other perks on this list are all solid, but some get a lower grade as they're a bit more situational, and some of them don't benefit the weapon as much as I think they should. But hopefully this guide will help you in your quest for finding a great auto rifle. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you found it helpful. My name is Tellerick, and as always, I hope to see you in the Crucible.